So this has been out in the US for a couple of weeks and has really been having quite the significant impact there. And I think seeing it now, I absolutely understand why. It's directed by Greg Berlanti, who's known more for his TV work. He did Green Arrow, Supergirl, Riverdale, which are probably TV shows that no one listening watches. But they're good and they're popular. And it's very much an ultra Hollywood rom-com. But the difference is that the protagonist, Simon, who's played by Nick Robinson, who was in Jurassic World, that might be where people know him, is a closeted gay high schooler. And it's about basically the emotional process of him coming out. He starts to become pen pals with another closeted high schooler, and he slowly starts falling for him. So it's a little bit of a you've got mail plot going on, and I think it's groundbreaking because it is a gay love story like this with such mass appeal. And I know that we have an absence overall of LGBTQ narratives in cinema, but I do feel like the ones that we have seen or have termed groundbreakers so far are more towards the international independent side of things. So we have Moonlight, Call Me By Your Name, and 120 Beats Per Minute, which is out this week. But this is a major studio film with an LGBTQ romance at the center of it, and that's astounding, I think. And it also happens that it's very good. I mean, it's comfort food. It's very sweet and fulfilling. But it did remind me a lot. I think this is the most I've enjoyed a teen rom-com since maybe The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
I was just about to mention that.
Yeah, it has a similar vibe just in terms of it seems on the surface to be very glossy, but underneath there's this absolute well of emotion. And I would say I think Love, Simon is a little bit more escapist because there are tough moments, there are tough emotional moments, but by the end, everything's kind of wrapped up with a neat bow and it's all happy and it's all sweet. And he does even admit in the opening monologue that he has a pretty perfect life. I mean, he lives in this beautiful house in Atlanta and he's got the parents who are desperately in love with each other. He's got a sister who keeps making food for them, which seems like a great plus. She's always cooking. And it does rely a little bit on character tropes. For example, there's the nerdy teenager with the Deadpool standee in his bedroom who falls head over heels in love with the popular girl. But this is a smart and generous film, and I think even though Simon is very much the emotional center of everything, the people around him aren't just props to his story. They're given their own inner lives. They're given their own hesitations, their own things that they're hiding from the world. And that's great because I think it's really sending out this message that, you know, discovering your own sexuality should be a completely normal process of growing up. It should be as normal as coming out of your shell and discovering what kind of person you want to be. And there's a great moment where Simon admits how frustrated he is that straight has always been treated as the default. And we do have a clip of that.
I've been thinking about why I haven't come out yet. Maybe it's because it doesn't seem fair that only gay people have to come out. Why is straight the default?
I have something I need to tell you.
Mom, there's something I have to tell you.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
I'm straight.
I'm straight. I'm sorry, Mom. It's true.
I like girls.
I like men.
You get that from your dad, is that?
I'm in love with Nick.
I feel like I've been raising a stranger.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
I'm heterosexual.
Oh, God, help me, Jesus, please.
I mean, what a great thing for teenagers to see, because it's a great question.
Such a much-needed subject for a mainstream audience. It totally is.
And even though it is glossy and it's idealized, I think the emotions behind it are so real and so relatable to people. And I think as well, what I love about Love, Simon is how much it really sums up a generation in the same way that those John Hughes movies really summed up the 80s. And in that way, I can almost see it becoming one of those classics that's representative of the age. I mean, you have Daniel Radcliffe and Panic at the Disco are the high school crushes. There's a Tumblr page where everyone keeps posting secrets about the school. Someone dresses up as post-presidency on holiday Obama, which is great. And it just feels modern in a genuine way. And it also really treats our generation's relationship with technology in a way that both embraces the good and the bad, which is nice to see. And also the adult characters in this. It's fantastic casting. We've got Tony Hale as the vice principal, which he's pretty much playing his character from Arrested Development, Buster Bluth, the sort of harmless weirdo. And then there's also Natasha Rothwell as the drama teacher here, who was in The Lion King once, and now she's having to take charge of this shambolically amateur production of Cabaret because anyone who wanted to do it was allowed to join, and she's completely exasperated by it. And in the screening I was in, there was one scene and one takedown that she had that everyone just started clapping. Just a round of applause for how great her takedowns are. So, yeah, I would say I think this has a lot of potential to really stand the test of time. It is joyful and sweet, but there are some real relatable emotions there.